So once you copy the file over, the file that you need to open is the J1331 prop. Open that up. Now this opens as a CSV file. So the first thing you need to do is go to save it, and you'll change that to Excel workbook. I'm just going to put 2019 behind it so it doesn't overwrite any of mine. You will have to give it the name that it says in the file in the exam. Press save. Okay, so we're actually going to start this exam at step 28. We've just done step 28. We've loaded the file, and now what we're going to do is insert a row in row 1, or both row 1. So just right click on the 1, go to insert. In cell A1, it says you have to enter the text Bavaro office. That's fine there. Now it says to merge cells A1 to H1. I'm going to highlight A1 to H1. I'm going to merge. It's usually merged in, so that's fine. It says format the text in the cell so it is a white 18-point sans serif font. So 18. Now if you remember, sans serif is Arial, SAS, so Calibri is Microsoft's version of Arial, so that is fine. It needs to be white, so it's going to disappear here. And then it says format the cells so it is right aligned and has a black background. So I'm going to say right aligned and then has a black background. Now you'll see that you've got the text there. On the name in the header, on the left in the header, add your name, center number, and candidate number. So if you just go down to page layout, this allows you to have the header. So add your name, center number QA026, 56, and then your center number, which can be 123 for this example, or 999, or 666, or 321, any one of them. On the right in the header, add the text last version on. Go to the right here. Last revision actually. Followed by an automated date and time. So what I'm going to do is say, I'll just put a space there though, and then time. So that is fine there. So what I normally do is just come back out of it because I like it on this view here. Just click over there, go to there. So that is done. Okay, so it says properties 1053 to 56 are those advertised on web page properties HTML. So I'm going to just go back to my folder. This is the web page space. So these are the details. For each property, enter the distance from the center of Bavaro into the distance column from the spreadsheet. So you can see here that this is 0, 16, 20, and 4. So down here, you can see the properties. So the first one is 0, 16, 24. Let's remember that. 16, 20, and 4. Okay, so that bit's done there. Now it says in cell C3, so let's go to the top here, enter a formula to calculate the income, the property company will make when the property is sold. This is $100 plus 2.5% of the price of the property. So what I'm going to do is say equals 100 plus, then in my brackets, I'm going to say 2.5% multiplied, which is the asterisk, and then it's cell B3. I'll just click on that, close the brackets. Now what this does is it works out the brackets first, then pluses the 100. Just make it actually fine. Double click it, which populates the column there, and then that one's done. So remember, tick it off as you're going through it. It makes it easier. Now the next step that you need to do is number 35. That's E3. It'll be bigger, double click it. Now this one is an if statement, because it says if the distance to the property is. So the criteria we have for this is less than 5 kilometers, it's going to be $2. 5 kilometers more and less than 15 kilometers, the cost will be $5. Or the last one, 15 kilometers or more, that will cost $10. So there's three options for this if statement. So if there's three options, there'll be two if statements. If there was 5, it would be 4. If it was 7, it would be 6. So let's design it. So it equals if, and what we're saying is if this here, this distance, so that's D3, is less than 5, then it's 2. The answer is 2. And the next criteria is if D3 is greater than or equals to 15, then the answer is 10, and the last remaining option is 5. So because you've set your lowest, your highest, then the middle bit is going to be 5. 2 brackets to close it, because you've used 2 brackets previously. Press enter, and let's just see if this works. So if it's less than 5, it should be 2. That's fine. Let's just fill this here. If it's 15 kilometers or more, it should be 10. And you can see here the middle one, which is it's more than 5, but it's less than 15. So you can see here that one, and you can see that if statement has worked. Next bit, in cell H3, into a formulator to calculate the profit from the sale. So this one's not too bad, so press equals, and it's going to be C3, which is the income. Now this time we're going to do minus, because we need to work out the costs and the times. So you can see that's going to be this multiplied by the times viewed, and we're going to minus the advertising cost at the end as well. Enter. And again, rather than double clicking, you can just drag it down as well. Might be worth showing you that just in case that's easier. Now it says apply appropriate formatting to all cells for step 37. So these are going to be the costs. Don't forget, just double click everything so you can see all of the columns as you should. So price, income. I'm going to hold down control here. You can see that there. Advertising cost, profit. What I do is right click on them, go to format cells. Now if you just look above step 28, it says what the currency should be. This one is dollar, so I'm going to go to currency. Currency is usually 2 decimal places. I need to change the pound to the dollar. Really, you should use English pound, really. Sorry, English dollar or American dollar, but English Australian one's fine. So I'll just use that. It's done. Step 38 says replicate the formulas down, but we've already done that. I do that as I go on along, it's just easier. In cell H41, which is here, it says enter as a formula to calculate the total profit of all of the properties sold. This is easy, this one. Auto sum. What it does is just adds it up, enter. And because you've already put the dollar on there, it does there. But it does say to the nearest dollar. So for this one, the best way to do this is to use the round function. So what I'm going to do is say equals round. Just put that in, that rounds it. Usually it rounds up. It's to 0 decimal places, so just put a 0 on the end. If it was to 1 decimal place, that would have been a 1. Just turn it over there, and now we're ready to print. Now, when you go to print, step 41 says show the formulas. So what I'm going to do is go to formulas, show formulas. You can see this shows the formulas. Just look at the instructions. It's got to be in landscape orientation. So go to page layout, orientation, landscape. It says the rows and column headings are displayed. So where it says here, you've got to just do the little ticks on there. It's probably a good idea to always do that. Make sure everything's fully visible. So you can, that's fine there. So I would print that out there, file, print, I press that, look on out. Now the next bit is to print it out in the values. So you need to go back to data, so formulas, untick that, it comes back. Now it says the printout fits on a single page portrait. So you need to make sure that it's all on one page, and you can see it is. It doesn't matter that it's gone down to the second page downwards, that's fine. Print that out. And then you've got to make some changes for step 43. So 1053, this has been changed, so it's had 3 visits. Yeah, that one, up to 3. And 55, this one, it's been visited 5 times. Okay. And again, you would print that out for the exam. Step 45, the income from the sale of the property was calculated in step 34. Change the formula to $150. So that needs to be changed to 150. Don't forget, replicate it down. You can see that change there. And then print it out. And that is it. You've completed your first spreadsheet exam.